Welcome back into the show, everyone. We are continuing to preview each team in the Bayside as we prepare for this year's football season. A lot of interesting stories to break down tonight.
Yeah, this week we spoke with coaches from Snow Hill, Parkside, Stephen Decatur, and Kent County. Take a look. Once one of the strongest programs in the entire conference, the Snow Hill Eagles have had some down years lately. But head coach Dietrich Downing sees progress headed into his third season.
As more kids want to try to come out, people are showing more interest in the program. Just trying to get the community to back us more, and just basically like the changes. Like we got some more, added some more people to our staff that I think might take us over the top.
Instead of a successful season marked by wins, Downing knows building a program from the ground takes time, and would like to see the intangibles out of his squad.
Just my team just gives effort, attitude, man. Have a different attitude, man. Be accountable for everything, and let's see where everything falls in place.
Coming off of a 9-2 record and a trip to regionals, Coach Brendan Riley and the Rams are back at it preparing for this spring football season. In a normal year, the emphasis would be on the X's and O's, but not in 2021.
That is my number one concern right now, is safety and health of our student athletes. You know, it's cold, it's wet, they haven't been moving. You know, that thought process is 100% in our minds.
The main goal for this season for Coach Riley is to continue to instill an atmosphere that fosters competition. But in these strange times, keeping things loose will also be a priority.
It's fresh, it's new, it's an opportunity, and I'm trying to keep it as light and as fun out there as possible, because that's what this is supposed to be. It's supposed to be fun.
One of the newest head coaches in the Bayside South knows a few things about the conference. Jake Coleman led Cambridge to many playoff appearances and is now trying to reboot that culture in Berlin. Coleman says he wants to take Decatur football back to the style that they once owned in the 90s and 2000s.
From someone who's played in the 90s against this program, I remember when we played, Decatur, and it took like 2 to 3 weeks to recover from the game.
Same. Same.
I mean, your best running backs were gonna take Monday off.
One of the smallest schools in the conference, Kent County football looks to improve upon last year's 4-5 finish this coming spring. New head coach Brian Aiken was a longtime assistant at a small school in Anne Arundel County and is looking to accept the challenge. Aiken is taking the lack of players in stride and says it could serve as a great opportunity for those who love the game.
One of the reasons that I enjoyed coming to Kent County, I came from a smaller school over in Anne Arundel County where the kids got the opportunity to play both ways. And with a kid that wants to play football, it's like, man, you get to play offense and defense. So it's my job, to make sure that we're conditioned enough to make sure they can do that.
That's a very interesting way to look at the lack of participation at your school. But I really like what Jake Coleman said when I talked to him. If I could get these kids to buy into the process, it'll be a successful season. Others that we've talked to have also hinted at using this spring season to kind of prepare for the coming fall. So interesting revelations from some of these coaches this week.
Yeah, I've noticed that too. I'm interested in seeing what kind of progress can be made with programs like Snow Hill this spring season. Some of the coaches that we've spoken to have said that they're looking at this season as a sort of building block for the seniors and returning players coming up in the fall. For Coach Dietrich down at Snow Hill, you're trying to build a program from the ground up. It can be such a challenge to recruit athletes for this season. I mean, you don't have school, and then you go out there for 7 games, and there's no postseason, and you're trying to build something. It'll be interesting to see where some of these clubs are during the fall and how they use this season to their advantage.
Yeah, I just can't wait for football. And right now, 8 days away now? So
it's so exciting.
We are almost there, and I'm sure the seniors cannot wait for that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm so thankful that the seniors get a season to play, no matter what it is.
Yeah,
all right, before we go, we have one final story to get to. Delmar honoring the long career of football coach, athletic director, and teacher David Hearn. Before the Delmar boys basketball game with Woodbridge on Tuesday, the Wildcats with a great send-off for the legend. Hearn has been with the Delmar School District for 30 years now. He's decided to retire as athletic director and teacher on March 1st. But he hasn't made a decision as head football coach yet. He expects to make that decision come April or May, is what he told me. Here's Coach Hearn after that ceremony.
No, there's so many good ones because every once in a while you think, well, that's the best yet, and then that something will top that, and you say, no, they're all the same. They're all great, and so it's just the different group of kids. The coaches have stayed the same. That's the fantastic part about it, but even they have rotated, so every group is so special that you can't really pick one out, I don't think.
Brandon, man, selfishly, I really hope Coach Hearn stays around. He's honestly one of the good guys that we get to work with around here. I know he's not going to be AD anymore. Craig Yingling, a good friend of mine, is taking over there. I know he'll do great things as well. But Coach Hearn, if you're watching, come on back for one more year, man. Why not?
He has influenced so many young people's lives.
And the coaching tree is amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, stay right there. When we come back, a breakthrough in the race for more vaccines, what an FDA committee approved this evening, is coming up.
This is David Hearn. I'm the head coach at Delmarva High School, and you're watching Delmarva Sports Insider.